Greetings, this is Freenan Adventure. I woke. God's sake! No! I'm not pressing that side, you. Never buy a laptop which the touchpad does not have a divide between its buttons. I Anyway, I welcome you to a recap of Critical Role Campaign 3 Saga of the Bells Hells, Episode 70, Embattled in Bassuras. Uh, Quick sponsor look was from the new first-person magic-based shooter game. Was from this first-person shooter game, Immortals of Avon, which this with the entire promo being done in first person by Sam using a GoPro. By the end of it, it's getting different readouts and like showing different options, and the levels on Laura's annoyance levels were reaching lethal levels. So it was it was interesting because we got to see like sort of like a parts of the set that are usually off screen. Okay, so there was the ad for Mixed season 2, Cadella Obscura season 2. There are things the Circle of Needle and Thread. And and announcing the release of their Queen by Midnight game from Darrington Press, and announce a merchant alert. The Exquisite Exandria, the official Critical Role cookbook, which I actually own. I think I've won 2 cookbooks in my life. They are Heroes Feast and Exquisite Exandria, so I might have a problem. Okay, after the intro sequence, we get into the recap. After getting the blue, talking about how they got the blue flowers to help heal from her wounds inflicted by Olohan Thule at the Battle of the Red Center. I swear, there's music playing on that thing. I don't know what on my computer, and I don't know what apps it's from. Anyway, they had to they had to for the city of Eos so that they could have F.C.G's former associate dancer uh, try to fix a harness the harness they attained from Melasmir to get so that they can better understand Ludinus's powers. When they meet her, she reveals that she doesn't have the expertise to deal with it, but Imahara Joe back at Bassuras might. After a final showdown between F.C.G and his nemesis, Shithead, the Undead Bird, using a feature I think he's had since level 3, which is basically a feature he's had since the beginning of the campaign. He finally vanquishes it. Yeah, they decide to head to Bassuras first to recruit Imahara Joe. Oh, before they head to the Shanties in search of the elemental powers that reside there. And so Kiki tree strikes them to Bassuras. And that's where the story picks up. Well, they notice that some of the local uh, rover gangs, the Gat Jock Hada Gajahalas, I'm just gonna call them crawler gangs. Uh-huh. And there are many bastions of Vasselheim there, with three Arcesian skyships anchored not directly overhead, like on the outskirts of the city. Mhm. Excuse me. As they watch one, there's an explosion on one of on the ships, indicating it's being attacked. So clearly, the forces of Vasselheim are start meeting with some opposition here. One second. Where? With the exception of the soldiers and some of the gangs rushing over, none of the populace celebrity seems interested. What's going on? There are people who just trying to get by, and the only reason why they're really out is to try to get quick bucks by those who are passing by. Uh, mm, uh, and after discuss, like, if they discuss maybe Keyleth, or as she's being called in the disguise, Kimothy. He perhaps going and looking around the forces of Vasselheim, because she's been there, to see if she recognizes anyone. Maybe get some help, or at least some information off them. She basically goes on. Uh, and after confirming that all the Vasselheim forces here are from temples, while she as a bird, she then goes off to do further scouting and look for any acquaintances. They do a quick check on their orb and find that Odon Thul is not here at the moment. Hmm. The group heads to Imahara Joe's. Oh, scroll use. Thinking. I'm starting wondering if the fandom sites are not safe for computers, or they just have a. Oh, there it goes. They find it very shuttered and stuff, and closed off. Uh, the okay. Imogen uses the detect off to detect the presence of 9 mines outside of Bell's, Hells, and Dancer. And then a sound.
Shady Sally.
I'm going to,
We can call out, just...
Right, I'm going to use prestidigitation to kind of... Am I able to use that to, like, throw my voice, like, inside a little bit?
Oh, no.
Put it out a little bit.
Thought we were trying to be nice.
Joe! It's your favorite people. And then I make some rattling noises.
Oh, my God.
Okay. You make some rattling noises, and immediately there's a heavy sound of some object shooting through the air, and a slam of wood on some sort of heavy object, or onto wood, splintering a bit of the ground.
It works every time.
Your voice goes, shit, and it pulls back.
Wait, what?
You hear a
Who was
voice
it?
go shit and pull back.
Did it sound like Joe? That doesn't sound like Joe.
Does not.
And everybody heard? We all okay?
Son of a bitch!
Who's this? What's going on? So we set a trap.
Oh wait, now sorry. Now this is where Imogen detects thoughts and finds 9 people in there besides themselves. There, a glass orb is shattered on the ground and creating an explosion of lightning. And party starts to spread out and stuff. Some of them who are still they spread out on the outside of the place more, so, and with Fern, Dancer, and Chitney keep watch out front. I mean, F.C.G, Dancer, and Chitney, Fern, Ashton, Orm gets back. Lana and Imogen use very methods like spider climbing stuff to get to the roof. To look inside. They spot 7 hostile holes guarding 2 figures one of whom they assume to be Impart, the other one from a brief glimpse of what appears to be rabbit ears. There's to be a rabbit from the Fey realm. This is a Imahara joke for all you. Oh, we hate Imahara Joe, the Tinkerer. And two or three of the hostiles seem to be head toward the back to guard the rear. Here. Here, and Mac brings out the map. causing a... One second. Sorry, sorry about that. As some of you have heard in previous episodes in class, including the last one, I think, I've explained that my current streaming thing, at least on the level the version I have, which is a free version, it doesn't have a pause recording button, and I don't have any video editing software on my computer right now, so I can't string together any like 2 different video clips. Okay, anyway.
This combat. Oh boy, guys. I have 2 ads and I don't know which is the right one for tonight.
Oh no!
I'm gonna pick this one.
We've got to date these.
This combat's brought to you by Gilmore's Fantastic Fabrications. They're customizable figures created with more experienced hobby painters in mind. Adorned with epic magic effects and highly detailed armor, the Cyclops Storm Collar will command attention on the table. Find it at whizkids.io/crminis.
Cool.
Maybe that was the right one?
It's Mahar Joe and the bunny figure that you're kind of seeing from the upside area there.
And I'm being told it was the other one. And I'm being told it was the other one. This combat is brought to you by WizKids Minis.
WizKids.
The Tomb Takers are out for blood. This dark and mysterious group is now available for pre-order at them, and other Critical Role miniatures are at whizkids.io/crminis. Forget about that other bullshit. I said before.
Well on machine.
WizKids. Monster trucks.
Oh shit, this is fun.
There's a lot of people.
Anyway, one of them performs a very one of the people that below performs a very beats their stealth with unbeknownst to them beats their stealth with a perception check, and before they realize it, I managed to do this magnificent trick shot through the grating and hitting Lana in the abdomen. Not sure why I mimed that out when you can't see the webcam, but when the webcam's not on, but oh well. And stuff. And with that, the I had those fit things out. You okay? I know I had. Son of, I know I had the. Oh, oh, you see this. Oh, son of. Hey, this, you see that clear? There's a one behind figure behind that clear pillar, which is just meant to. Above it, there is Imogen and Lana, just showing where they are on the roof. Oh, she got like Lana got like 30 something damage. Apparently there was a sneak attack because they weren't expecting to get shot there. Be able to, and thinking that they've succeeded on their stealth. The front team and stuff. I'm not sure if I remember Sam having out his flask, his jerry can, this to. Anyway, yeah, 32 damage. Lana immediately enters her form of dread and casts a fireball down the room. This place mainly made of wood, and she fireballs it with two potential allies and stuff. Even if they don't get hit by initial fireball. Anyway, and as the party goes in, one of the people kicks out out a back door window for try to get flanks. And then they start recognizing some of the symbols on some of these people. They are of the Paragon's Call. The group they're originally following before the Ruby Vanguard was became the initial problem. And amongst them they recognize General Tadish. I think he was Orhan's second commander or something. Or he may be the actual leader of the Paragon's Call, but he's functioning. And who, as a party in Dressar, was the one who beat Ashton to a bloody pulp. And then work with me, you piece of. Okay, here.
Guys, right now.
Your turn.
Okay, I didn't see Chetney do any of that because he was invisible, so I'm going to do what I would have done, which is I'm going to tell Dancer, hide, protect yourself, use your pussy for protection if you have to.
Oh yeah, that's why I had that clip down.
It's powerful.
that's a better than
and
thing.
I was-
I can't think.
I was ally. I was gonna.
Yes.
Okay. This enemy, these are like pretty strong enemies. Like they're dishing out. Not only do they have numbers equivalent, almost as equivalent to theirs, but these are professionals. So Chinese game, if the General Taj actually has them like pinned to a table, like or down, like lying on a table with his axe and his collarbone. And then F.C.G comes out and sees this through the window, and 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 sees this, takes the axe out of Chetney, turns around with a big raises up with a big evil looking smile behind her. But but only to get the bear has a spell banishment cast on him by F.C.G. So he's there. He gets it and gone, and it'll be out for a minute. He's out of the fight for a minute, which. Okay. And Dancer has Kitty the second cast Cure Wounds on Chetney. And then and Orm has an idea.
Okay, so Orm from his perch on the fence watched Fern jump down, then immediately get attacked by two assailants, sizes it up, and then leaps to the crawler directly out in front of him there.
Oh.
Okay.
And I'm gonna rev that shit up as loud as I can.
Oh! Nice.
No! No!
This is a repair yard.
Oh, no!
Smoke is pouring out of it. Little sparks going around.
We're back here.
Fucking of course.
Sorry. After this, Matt does denote that the crawler is still on. It's just unmoving. Like the power is on and stuff. One of them, someone wielding knives, actually attempts to blow some of Bell's house up with the now activated crawler. And throws a dagger, striking the striking the battery and stuff, getting near critical near the detonation point, but whiffs it on the second. Chetney gets a "How do you want to do this?" And then
I get it.
Just talk it through. Talk out your process.
Hang on. Just checking. Yeah, I don't think that.
I am gonna heal Chet, just not a lot.
Yeah.
Just waste that moment.
Little bonus action.
I'm gonna do a bonus action healing word, but I'm gonna do it at 3rd level.
Oh.
So 3d4 plus your wisdom.
Okay, so that's 3,
Oh.
7, 10
Nice.
plus 3 is 13.
13, that's
That's
massive.
There you go.
Thank you, F.C.G.
You're almost as good as that little headless bird.
That was replaced so easily. Then with my action, I will use my
Anyway. Anyway, one of them, a monk who's been giving them some bones, basically it's what gets hit in the crosshair when one of them tries to use erupting earth to take out some empire, as the other one actually killed. So, not tight friends, I would say they're facing. Kern's able to charm one of the attackers, disarming him. Can't outright. Chetney manages to get to take out to take another one out in his werewolf form. And we have that healing scene, and Orem manages to take blood a couple of crawlers, taking out the Dragonborn among the Little Mister gets his own. How do you want to do this with his flame seed? And Chetney downs on the yeah. Oh God. Sorry. Trying to get F.C.G. masculine words. Everyone but Orm who's out of range. But then when the enemy perform manages to change into a giant eagle and try to escape with the captives, Imhar Joe and the rabbit folk. Yeah, so stuff. Lana attempts to counterspell, but this is not a polymorph, but a wild shape, and is not, and is therefore, and being allowed to spell is unaffected. The bird takes several attacks of opportunities to try to flee. Mm-hmm. Ash, while outgoing, try to fly away. Ashton uses his wormhole strike to hit the eagle while it's in the air, bringing the eagle's form to 0, knocking her out of the wild shape, but setting all three, the druid, Druid, Joe, and the rabbit, preparing to crash it down below onto the iron spiked fence. And that's when the Matt goes break. Matt loves his cliffhangers. He's addicted to them. We have the ads for the Immortals of Avun, the first-person magic shooter game. Pretty cool looking, actually. Oh, wait, actually, real quick, when they're going back to the tax of opportunity, there's something noted about Fern.
Ooh, this is gonna be big. Guidance.
Is this a -1?
No.
Or no,
Yes. No.
Yes.
Wait. No. What?
Yeah, you forget.
Moonsicle 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah,
and
but that's
it's
not a plus,
little
it's a minus.
symbol. Oh, that is a minus.
No. Then all of your things are minuses.
Her strength is -2.
So they get a. He gets
So it
a
gets
hit
a
point
negative.
back.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is all negative.
You just healed him 1 point.
No.
So it's
No,
just-
because no. Oh my gosh, it is.
Oh, God.
Just,
All right.
just gets feathers get cut off.
1 point.
1 point of damage. Got it. Okay.
Big money,
lands.
big money.
Both of them getting kind of.
Yeah, anyway, she's technically entitled to at least 1 point of damage from her sickle. But, though she has a negative modifier to hit. She only did that because she doesn't have Warcaster to cast spells as for attack opportunity. And, and she only has sickle, so no finesse weapons. And the wormhole KO after that the break. We have the things for the immortals. The Queen by Midnight 8 trailer. Which explains like the setup of the game. Merch alerts, their upcoming appearances at Comic Cons. Ads for both Del Obscura, both Chapter 2 and the original soundtrack. Trailer for Myths Season 2 podcast. And everything else was just standard things, including, like, I believe the ASMR chip subscription ad. Now, I was watching this late night, so I didn't take as many notes later on. I'm going to be going mainly what's on the wiki. Son of a... And anyway... Ashton uses his violent gateway to teleport to to Imaharajo, grab him, and so right around so Ashton will take the impact. In point of order, there was a bit of Matt had to recheck the rules to see if the gateway, which can you only use when you drop a creature to 0 hit points, works. Where not a wild shape being undone by hitting 0 hit points actually counted. He decided rules is written. It sounded like yes, so he was able to pull it off. Orem uses his boots of striding and springing to jump up and do the same thing with the fallen bunny folk. And then Imogen tries to at least save Orem because you can only work on one person with her telekinesis. And there's a bit of a debate in which whether or not it would work because he technically would be stopping 2 people with it, even if she only directly uses it on Orem because he's holding someone. And like if she holds him, will the person he's holding also be affected? But in the end, she decides just to use it to sort of like bend the gate or the fence so it's at an angle so they won't hit the pointy things. They'll still take damage, but not nearly as much, and not in piercing. They get to this stuff, then they get ready because they realize that the General Ratanash's banishment will end soon. The party surrounds the point of re-entry. They get ready stuff. Law's point of surrounding was actually the ceiling, using her spy line. So she does drop her Hound of Ill Omen ready to attack. And as she drops spell concentration, he reappears like I'm not even getting to turn power before Orem gets the how do you want to do this? Though Ashton does get a nice blade swipe, a nice swipe of his own. By the way, they managed to set up the Druid also they have captured, like he got knocked out upon landing and is restrained now. I forget if they actually ever checked on him to make sure if he's alive or not. If he succeeded in death save or something.
Is flanking.
You got it.
I'm gonna call Dancer in too. Dancer, you want to come smash this guy with your pussy?
Oh yeah.
I guess the first time for everything.
This is when they were getting up already.
I'll come around in the circle as well to get at the
I'm
ready.
prepping a psychic lance to hit him.
Yeah, they're talking. Oh, one thing they've discussed, realized is that they have yet to name the Houndaville Omen, and they love giving like animal companions names. So, oh, son of a. Anyway, a lot of the a few of the residents, surrounding residents, come in to check on what the smells, but Joe is he's fine and stuff there. They are introduced to the Vinefolk, Virna the Viper, a fellow tinkerer of Joe's, and an expert in explosives. They've been basically forced to work for the Paragon's goal, pressed into service to make different after the episodes to make anti objects and specifically explosives. Like I think they do admit that what was used on the ship they saw got attacked earlier was probably made by them. There. Uh, he was currently working on a broomstone nullifier, which would depower the broomstone that keeps the sky ships flying, causing them to crash. That if they could get that and have something mobile, that would cripple the Vasselheim, the external forces trying to set up, uh, trying to get in. And Joe and Vera quickly gather what tools they can to find a nice place to save the vehicle. And they leave the wreck just as the crawler gangs are approach. They head to Hondir's old hideout, the one he had before he left. Okay. The place looks a little slightly ransacked and stuff. They think squatters have come and gone since Hondir vacated. And Joe takes a look at the harness. He confirms the harness is meant for channeling energy and such. Uh, he and stuff, and it's meant to channel for a personal object or place, something like that, into the wearer. In which it has either adaptation runes, with the use of adaptation runes to make sure that your energy is successfully mixed, unless you are a similar magical essence, like two-phase or stuff. Since, which I think as an elf he has a naturally like a bit of Lunas is naturally slightly fey, and he's been going after specifically the fey entities. They say that unless something was of immense power, or something, most entities would probably die from being their essence transferred using this. Like a fae, like only the archfey would survive. May survive. This one is specifically has runes of tuning on it, like though because they could adjust it. Joe and basically say they'd probably take 2 weeks to repair, but they need resources to do it, like tools, materials. They'll especially need residuum. They determined that perhaps a good place for they can have Kilo send them to to a place where they could a perfect place. Most likely, the Whitestone, because after all, they did say Percy was a tumor, and upon hearing Percy's name, uh, uh, even though I was shocked, Elizabeth was saying, "You mean the terrible tinkerer of Taldori?" Is like, I'm not sure how much the lesson has grown stuff. I wonder if he's disappointed if he learns that. Disappointed or impressed when he learns that all of Percy's tinkering does not use enchantment. Like he uses just naturally. Okay. They talk about perhaps finding a way to reverse the harness. Maybe try to drain a luminous of whatever he has absorbed. I don't think his powers increased, but it does seem like his lifespan has like he's been alive since at least the calamity, like over 800 years ago. And from what if the notes remember right, he was actually alive during the Age of Akam and was somewhat learned in things. So he could be almost a millennial if he could be almost a millennial, if not more than millennium. Even for an elf, that is like even for the oldest of elves without like being like archdruids or life extended, that is extremely. And he still seems to be very much uh, in good health. And after this, Ashton and Imogen head out looking for information on. I believe that they said the name was Pocket, a member of the Nomads, the crew that Ashton used to be part of. But finding nothing, they Ashton turns to the palace of of the All Minds Burn. One of I wouldn't say qualities, but like entity like groups that dwell there to talk to Justy Pross. Oh, before this, they do discuss how when they're talking about like drinking stuff. They also discuss where they might find powers that they could perhaps borrow of using the harness at least, and like what would might turn to. Like they mentioned how Ashton might be good at elemental things. Like for Lana, they might try a graveyard. Anyway, back to. Upon there, he does not immediately find Justy, but he does find an old acquaintances, Shady Sally. Ashton does try to punch her for abandoning. Actually, let me just check. Oh, she. Oh, yeah. I also. I don't think they actually say this, but she was a member of the Nobodies too. He he punched her not just for leaving him behind, but seemingly feel no guilt. Like she actually claims that if you were there, if you were in our position, you would have done the same, which ticks Ashton off. And she, I feel. And then he offers her a chance to get like his own things, like her own punch in and stuff. Oh, I remember. She has Ashton was broken, and he just offer her the chance to get her own blow in.
It's your turn.
She kind of drops the fist. Justy, you awake? You're not gonna want to miss this, and like darts in with an elbow towards you. Natural one. How do you fuck up her day?
Honestly, I'm gonna take it and erratic defense.
Okay.
Just to
roll, see what
fucking
happens.
scare her. Oh, that's fun. It's time. She just goes very, very slow. And I just tip her over.
Time suddenly picks up, stumbles a bit, and you watch as she hits. All the other heads kind of look over and are all just watching in unison as she moves. And you hear, like, crawling out of the cloth, the shifting. Oh, Ashton, you're here.
It's good to see you.
Ah, and with that, Justy arrives. And Ashton tells Sally that or that after they that he spent years trying to pay back the debt they owed Geo Hexen for the failed break-in or something. Well, as now it's time for some payback. And that the gang needs to get back together for a bit. They basically need all the help they have dealing with the current situation with the solstice. I think though she might also be talking to he might be talking to Justy too. There stuff. Um, and then they could start. Imogen can start to feel this mind pressing in on her, like all like this very powerful mind try to press in, and but she even lowers her things for a second. It kind of rushes into her thoughts. It's sort of like a hungry, inquisitive presence. There, Justy takes the deeper into the palace, saying that it has asked for them. They go in deeper. The air seems bone dry. But there's a strong smell of rot, some sort of rotting. The space around them becomes not stone color, but the color of like a yellowish pus color. And the floor is now of a softer texture. Uh, and then they meet. Then when they go, they see this 15-foot tall, slight luminescence, organic mass with skeletons bound within it, like twisting. And just to tell them, this is us, or what brings us together. They have met the entity, all minds burn. Uh, Imogen mentally reaches out to the creature. Trying to ask the questions. She gets from what I learned, this thing is hundreds of years old. It doesn't know where exactly it came from, but wants to meet more. And it sort of like lives through those of all members of All Minds Burn, like with the shared mental connection. Through the drugs, through the drug they ingest, like. Oh shit! I go. It goes through Imogen's memories. It starts focusing on her ones of her rudest visions and stuff, seeing the landscape, seeing these. It then like begins to, from it emerges a hard shell, or orange-sized object. Like maybe like there. And just see who still mind reveals this is the brood pit. As you mentioned, it basically wants to be seated. Wants this thing to be seated on Ruidus so it can experience Ruidus for itself. I don't really know if it's a good idea having any link between creating a link between this entity and Ruidus. Myself. But if they agree to do this, they'll have the aid of All Minds Burn organization. They just have to place that pit on the moon. Mm. On the way back to things, Laudna is somewhat sees a panic. Well, anyway, they Ashton and Laudna and Imogen sort of coverage saying that how each one is sort of special because of stuff. And meanwhile, Laudna is having a panic attack.
Her a little
Sonora.
bit. Lana looks around to everyone.
What are you doing? It's not necessary right now. Relax.
Ashton and Imogen are gone.
Well, yeah.
You think?
It's finally happened.
What do you mean?
Ashton's abducted Imogen.
Oh no!
Whoa, where's
He
all this?
slept.
Where'd this paranoia come from?
I just knew it happened.
You've been waiting for this?
He's clearly the most
Like we don't have enough problems with that bloody sort of shit he's wielding, and telling him to try to take out Kiki.
likely.
Where's Pate? Pate!
is?
Hey, what's going on? Whoa, goodness! Hey, look, Pate, we don't usually call on you very much. Talk some sense into this bitch, will you?
I regret to inform you, tiny fuzzy man, I don't take orders from her.
Ah, sheesh.
You know. You don't trust them either. Ashton, the big rock person.
Oh no, I think he's actually pretty nice.
Shut up!
No!
I'm trying to tell you!
Hello, hello.
You were gone for so long.
I don't know why. Anyway, they catch up what's going on. They rendezvous with Keyleth, who tells them all the voices from Alexandria are gathering at the Hellcatch Battery, specifically just outside of the excavation site. It's sort of like a standoff thing there. Like, there's been no actual acts of aggression on either side yet. But they're surrounding what they've called the Bloody Bridge. And Keyleth has shared her information about the Relone. They basically the outer forces have orders to wait until they get more information. But Keyleth does emphasize that she does not think this temporary that this won't maintain for long, and soon there will be combat. She agrees to take Imhar, Joe, Dancer, and Verna, the Tinkerers to Whitestone to see what they can do with the harness. While the party goes to the island of Slaval to meet with Girana, who is the sorcerer. She indicate, based on one thing she said, she does indicate that she might be a turtle. But also mentioning she could take him straight to the tree Evantravir. It mentions that the island sometimes, as she describes, burps, which is like water, like seawater rushing below it and stuff, due to tides and stuff. Also mentions to say hi to Torres, and with the grass, like she says this as they're going through the portal, but they're like, wait, what? Who's that? But they have to go through the. They said the portal, but they have to go through now, so they don't have any more information. That's where the episode ends. And with that, all that's left is my homebrew subclass, the Weave Vendor. This is a monk subclass. It is the monk's tertiary casting subclass, like sort of like a this is one of the this is a monk. this is sort of like what it is to monks what arcane tricksters are to rogues and eldritch knights are to fighters. We fighters have come to the realization that the weave of magic flows through everything. Through losing themselves in the world, they've recognized the feel of the weave and have learned to use their ki to synchronize with it, gaining the ability of spellcasting. They gain it when they gain this subclass at 3rd level. Basically, similar rules to that of arcane tricksters and eldritch knights. Um, though they certainly have more adaptations than those two classes because I made this subclass slightly stronger because of the reputation monks have. They're considered one of the weaker classes. General spellcast stuff. I left out how like at least 2 spells have to be of the spells they learned initially have to be of a certain of 2 certain schools of magic because that also unlike them who are specifically use the wizard spellist and spellcasting modifier intelligence. Monks they use because how well it synchronizes more with the lore. Get the sorcerer spell list, but instead of using charisma like sorcerers or intelligence like the other tertiary classes, they use wisdom because it's of their knowledge of how their place in the year and the weave and how the weave goes through all. This one I was able to successfully publish with. It was showing some of the same things, but somehow I managed to get it published. Rules. You can just go and look up like rules for choice. Yeah, there's a kind of. I just did a lot of copy and pasting codes like this, from like one of the other tertiary codes and just like edited some of the words, so there might be some weird statements. My DC spell equals 8 plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier, and spell attack modifier is proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier. They have they learn like 2 initially off the back. They have 2 once for spell slots and stuff, and those 3 spells. They learn 3 cantrips until they reach level 10, which they have 4, and they can only go up to like other tertiary cards 4th level magic. In addition to spellcasting, as an additional 3rd level feature, you get reinforced strikes. But you can, while your key is attuned to the weave, you can expend a number of any number of a certain number of key points, and charge them to your blows. You can use as many as key points as your proficiency modifier allows. It equals that. And for every key point used in the strike, you can use a martial arts die of force damage. In additional force damage. This extra damage, the extra damage is unaffected by. It's considered partially magical. And so overcomes non-magic resistance. Though the regular blow still is unaffected. Don't want to ignore like that fully ignore that feature later on. You get within the weave as your level 6 things. This is basically meta magic for sorcerer. Their version of meta magic Like they can use their key points to recharge their spell slots. They're like at higher levels, they're slightly more efficient. I forgot to like edit this and stuff. It includes 5th level stuff. They don't actually get. I forgot to add this out because I forgot at the moment that they only get 4th level spells maximum. Yeah, but like for level 3 and 4th level, they are slightly more efficient at making spell slots than sorcerers and they can also convert their spell slots into back to key points. Return. And they have the meta magics, or for them, it's called arcane extensions. Though basically all the same meta magic options as sorcerers, except for one which I replaced with their own new unique feature, Fierce Spells. Fierce Spell. This extension can be used multiple times per turn. This is sort of similar to the Oh, I gotta finish this soon. I gotta go. So, anyway, this is similar to the uh, uh, Blade Singer's ability to replace one of their attacks with with a spell and stuff. They can spend key points to basically replace a spell stuff, but they are not limited to just one. And this can be used with flurry of blows. Oh, I forgot to add this thing, but flurry of blows can also activate not just when making unarmed strikes, but also when you just use your action to cast a spell. Anyway, you replace your thing with a spell count, and the number of key points you expended is equal to the level of the spell times the number of times you have used this arcane extension this turn. Since the start of your turn, plus 1. It replaces the attack unless the spell has both a semantic component and it has a range of touch. In which case, the attack you also get to use the attack, and it counts as part of the semantic. And it's used as the semantic component. I've looked, and the only this may not be as useful as you think. The only leveled spells that have this feature are all not for sorcerer. The sorcerers have are non-combat. The only one you might be considered would be Vampiric Touch at 3rd level, which technically doesn't actually have a range of touch, but functionally has 2 ranges, like of touch and self. It functionally has a range of a touch for your. So I would definitely allow that. I gotta finish this up real quick. Then your 11th level feature, directing the flow. When you make a saving throw against a spell, that's cast on you. Or if you cast a spell that requires someone to make a saving throw, you can use your connection to weave and spend 2 key points to either increase the power save, or or increase the DC of the spell which they had to save against. Like 2 points for increases the level by 1, the thing by 1. I should probably mention this, but I'll have to go back and re-edit it. But it's also meant to say that this has to be done before you know whether or not the save or your save or their save succeeds or not. You can't just like fail then say, oh no, I've used this to succeed. You have to gamble on how many points whether or not it'll work and stuff. Like you won't know if you're using too many for to make it or too few. Then after directing the flow, there is the 7th level redirecting the flow. And no, I did not actually redirect the flow, which I did not realize the joke there, but until just now. Basically, your deflect missile applies to spells now. Well, you use wisdom instead of dexterity for this and for it, and can increase the amount of damage decreased by 5 by expending but you can use basically you can increase the amount of damage is that the spell's damage decreases by expending in key points, you being reduced by 5 per key point used. And then if you reaches 0, you can deflect the spell to a new target, making your own spell attack against them by expending another key point. It uses this. You have the range you can hit the spell is the same as if you were actually cast a spell. However, if it's beyond the normal 20-foot range of deflect missiles normally have, then the attack roll is at disadvantage. You can also use this for spells that require you to see on, like if suddenly you have the manage to make your save and have the damage and prevent certain effects on you from making a save. You can redirect it, make another spell attack on that too, and redirect it to another person. Same range rules, and they'll have to make a save against the original against the damage now, and the DC will be the same as that one is supposed to cast on you. If you land a critical hit on this though, the damage is double. Just go look up. There's a link in the description. And what I bid you to do, this is Free Night Redementia, and I wish you good fortune in the quest of life.